Well, it's a party-like atmosphere in the pits here in Seattle for Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Our champ is in the back, James Stewart, here signing autographs in Seattle, possibly on the comeback trail. Maybe we'll see him race this summer in the AMA Toyota Motocross Nationals. But right now, his championship is soon to be given up. Chad Reed trying to close in on this thing. Probably not able to do it here in Seattle. May have to go down to Vegas, but either way, Chad looks pretty fast so far in practice.
Yeah, he does, but that first practice session, Kevin Windham, you know, he waited until the last lap and he went out and did a 51.9. Chad Reed had a 52.2, and in third, Millsaps with a 52.8. So real close in the times, but then Chad came back that second practice and said, look, I won't even go faster than Windham. He lays down at 51.4, Windham second, and then Millsaps third. So, you know, if you're a betting man, I think you could bet all three of those guys that are consistent in both practices are going to be on the podium. But things that are going to be hard here in Seattle tonight, well, we watched the practice session out there, you know, they're having to add a little bit of water, believe it or not. There's no rain here. And the rocks, I mean, it seems a little bit rocky out there, and that could present a problem for some of the riders. You know, it's not good when you get a rock in between the chain and the sprocket there. Things could happen, and also you just got to watch the roost. I know that the Honda boys are all using, you know, handguards. The Yamaha and Kawasaki guys, they said, well, we're pretty tough, and Suzuki guys, they said, we're tough, but you know, Honda opted to go with the handguards. I think that tonight, you know, Chad Reed's going to see how it develops. You know, first he's going to see what kind of start he gets. You know, if you're Kevin Windham and you're rooting for Kevin Windham, you got to get the start, and that is the main thing, the start for Kevin Windham, and he's got to check out and win it and see where Chad finishes up.
Chad looks fast, so it's going to be hard for Chad to finish off the podium. You never know, though, in Supercross. And speaking of that, let's go to our lights division. Months ago, we thought today would be a coronation ceremony for Ryan Dungey. He's been inconsistent. Now he has to try to do what Windham needs to do. He needs to check out and win and hope Jason Lawrence finishes in the back. But Lawrence is going pretty fast.
Well, the main thing that for Jason Lawrence is if he finishes third or higher, he's going to wrap that championship up if Dungey wins. If Dungey wins and Lawrence gets fourth, well, it's over. Dungey gets that championship back, and it's going to be a great battle. I mean, back and forth. You know, Dungey had a great time, you know, in practice as well as Lawrence, but Lawrence got docked and he came in seventh fastest. Stroop actually came away with the fastest one with a 52.9, Dungey with a 53.1, and then Metcalf is on the Kawasaki with a 53.4. They come back the second time. Lawrence says, I'm not stopping anymore. I'm not looking at the tracks because I know what happens. I get my time taken away. So he laid down a 51.8. Dungey a 52.1. So clearly Lawrence, he's on his game plan right now here today in Seattle, and we'll see. But you know, I think Dungey's going to give him a run. You know, Dungey looks good. You got to remember that he had the rides on the 450s. He had great success there. He had his second in his hometown. He had a fourth. He had a 10th at Daytona. But you know, what can we say about Daytona with all that water? No water here tonight in Seattle. It's going to be beautiful racing tonight. And you know, like we talked about earlier, I hate to see a championship come down to a mud race, but there's no mud tonight. It's going to be a great night. Yeah,
we are definitely excited about this. We're going to go because we're going to try to track down James Stewart ourselves. And there's a lot of people that want to do that. There's a lot of competition for him, just like being out on the racetrack. So that's it from here in Seattle. Make sure you tune into the webcast tonight, starting at 7 p.m. West Coast time. We're back out here west on supercrossonline.com.